Hey everyone, as a follow-up to our last video about Houston, we wanted to go into explicit detail about the transit system, the airports, and some other great helpful bonus tips we're going to give you at the end about how to make your life easier in Houston, and it all starts right now.
I'm Moore.
And I'm Bret Wallace, and we're
your Houston local guide. So thanks for joining us this week, everyone. As Bret mentioned, this is a follow-on video to our last segment about how large Houston actually is. Bret, I almost feel like we should call this video Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Okay, I know that title has already been taken, but seriously, we're going to be talking about highways to start. Now, don't worry, everything we're covering here, we're going to provide links for, like we did last time, down in the description area. And of course, you can always go back and play this video back and hear us just talk to you over and over again. But while you're down there in the description area, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification button. As you know by now, we release a new video every single week. Also, don't hesitate to get our email address, get our phone number, call or text us anytime. We'd love to speak with you. You might as well just make a contact in your phone and say, Houston Local Guide, Amber and Bret, jot down our digits, okay? So let's dive in. The reason we wanted to cover highways with you is because obviously the infrastructure here in Houston is a little complex, but on top of that, Houstonians have nicknamed almost every freeway. So sometimes there's 1, 2, 3 names.
Yeah.
And so the semantics become very important. So you might just become lost, especially if you're not here. Bret and I grew up here, so we're very familiar with it, right?
We're right there.
Yeah, we grew up down south. So we just thought it would be helpful to talk about some of the major freeways with you to start. Okay, Bret, let's talk about the loop system first, okay? So 610 is right here in the heart of Houston, right? So 610 is the immediate loop. Now, the thing to know is that it's also just called the loop or the inner loop. A lot of people use that. When people say that, you know exactly what they mean.
Yeah, if somebody says the loop, I'm like, y'all live in the city. You know, y'all are in the Galleria or Midtown.
Yeah, exactly. So we have downtown, Midtown, Montrose area. Also, I'm sure all of you have heard of River Oaks, right? That's inside the loop. So again, it has several names, the loop, inner loop, 610. We just wanted to make you aware of that.
And there it is.
Exactly.
610, the inner loop. Okay,
yep.
You want to go to the next loop?
Exactly. So second loop, which you see indicated as 8, or what we call Beltway 8. Now, again, this has several names, right, Bret? We call it the Sam Houston Parkway, or even the Sam Houston Tollway. And again, the word tollway should indicate it is toll related. And we're going to talk more about that because you don't want to get stuck on a freeway going, oh, shoot, I don't have money on me. I don't have a pass. Like, well, how do I get around? We're going to cover that here in a few minutes. But what's really extra complicating around the Beltway, Bret, and maybe we can show everyone, someone could even say, okay, well, I'm at West Sam Houston Parkway South. You might be like, what is that? You have to pay attention to every word. So if someone says west, obviously, right, we're going to be where Bret's cursor is here. And then if they say Sam Houston Parkway South, that means you're going to be south of I-10. So again, you have to be really careful when people are giving you addresses, especially along Beltway 8, because it can get complicated.
Yeah, just say, drop me a pin, please, where you're at, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's different names for Beltway 8, but it's the middle loop. Beltway 8 takes you to will get you to all the suburbs and to the airports, to the main 2 airports, which we'll talk about in a minute. But definitely, it's Beltway 8.
Yep. Okay, so let's talk about the third loop. Now, it's not a complete loop yet, but it will be.
Right.
This is known as 99. And again, I'm using some notes today, guys, so I don't miss anything. So this is also known, right, as the Grand Parkway or just 99. Mm-hmm. Now, again, this is completely all tolls. You don't want to get on this and not be prepared. So again, we're going to go into more of that. But because the greater Houston area is expanding and expanding, it's, 7 million plus people, they're like, we have to add this outer ring. There's just too much congestion.
And
right?
this, the part I'm highlighting right here, and it's not drawn in, but it's roughly going to take you near the Sienna Plantation, which you've heard us talk about many times if you've been subscribing and watching the videos on this channel, which you should be doing.
That's right.
But yes, this is like the last leg, and it's been getting pushed back and pushed back. But 99 all the way through here up north and the east side of town, it's coming down. I mean, it's going to basically follow the same type of distance between Beltway 8 and 99 all the way through the very, very outer suburbs, and it's the big loop. It's going to come down. This south sector is the final section, and it's going to tie in right here in Greatwood, which is where we're actually filming from right here today at my humble abode. But it'll finish right there, and then we'll have 3 complete loops around your beautiful city of Houston.
That's right. Okay, so probably the most iconic freeway here, though, is I-10. And why is that, Brett?
Well, I-10, let's just go out. It starts in Alaska. I'm kidding. I mean, it starts way over here in Cali. I believe Santa Monica, Amber's the California person here, but it goes all the way from California down here through Houston and takes you all the way to Florida. So that is a huge interstate.
Exactly. So just know, obviously, as we just said, it runs east to west. But it is also known as, if you're on the west side of town, again, this is where it can get confusing, it's known as the Katy Freeway. If you're on the east side of town, it's also lovingly referred to as the Baytown Freeway. Again, we just want you to make you aware.
So now, right over Baytown.
Yeah, it does. Exactly. So let's talk about another freeway, and this can also be a little confusing. We grew up here again. What's labeled as Highway 69 or Interstate 69 right here is actually what we knew growing up as 59 or Highway 59. So the number recently changed because it's more of a thoroughfare going, right?
Yeah, because 69 goes from Mexico to Canada, basically. And I have no idea if it had to do with NAFTA or whatever, but I mean, this is, you will, like I said, we're in Sugar Land a lot, and I travel to downtown, and I mean, every third or fourth vehicle, it seems like, is a huge container, or I mean, like you will not see a Walmart truck. I mean, this is like the lifeblood of the South and the city. It just cuts right through downtown. Beautiful scene. I mean, it is very nice to drive through 59 as long as there's not traffic, or I-69, or one more curveball, the Southwest Freeway.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
That's what when we grew up, it was the Southwest Freeway, because leaving Houston, right here, it goes south and west. So it used to take people to our little spot that we grew up in, Richmond Rosenberg, and Sugar Land. But obviously, it is going to be. Sorry, notification came up. I thought I stopped that. But business goes on, right? So I-69, it is humongous. It's just as big north and south as almost I-10 is east and west, probably.
Yeah,
so
really
that's a good point.
Okay, so the other freeway I want to mention is 290, and thank God, can we just say, so much of that construction has just now been complete. I know everyone that lives out here along the northwest side of town, which, okay, helpful hint, it's also called the Northwest Freeway. People are just thanking God. I never thought I would say it in time in my life, oh, it's faster to take 290, ever. I mean, they have done some amazing construction out here. So anyway, the other thing we also want to highlight here is West Park Toll Road. Let's just highlight that real quick.
Oh, yeah.
So this is super helpful for people living out, coming in from Fulshire into town and whatnot.
Which is where everything is going. Katy, Brookshire, Fulshire.
Exactly.
Fulshire and Simonton and Brookshire used to be a bump in the road and a stop sign and a gas station when we grew up 15, 20 years ago.
Yep.
We're not that old.
That's right.
So, but now it's everything is expanding. I wish we had one of those time lapse videos, like when the anthill's being built and being put together in Africa or whatever. But it's just crazy, the expansion here. So this West Park Tollway, if you're out here and you need to shoot into the loop, the Galleria area, oh my God, like this is just as a slingshot.
Yep. I take that. Yeah, I take that a lot. Okay, so let's talk about airports. We aren't going to cover every highway here because, again, there's so many. We'll have a link again for you below if you want to know the other nicknames. But we thought it would be helpful to highlight some of our airports. I know a lot of people that move here do travel. We definitely travel. The two main airports you're going to be the most familiar with in terms of names is George Bush Intercontinental Airport. That's on the north side of town, actually, where I live. If you're traveling internationally, like Japan, Middle East, Europe, I mean, all of those big flights, the airport system is huge. It's massive. You need to get there early.
Yeah, I think they even have connecting flights to Mars. I mean, they got everything. You need to fly anywhere, they got you. George Bush Intercontinental.
I love it. But if you want something a little bit on a smaller scale, if you're flying domestic, the Hobby Airport on the south side is your friend. Parking is easy. It's easy to navigate around. And this is the only airport, I should mention, that Southwest Airlines flies in and out of. And I know a lot of people prefer that for domestic flights.
Yeah. So when a friend says, hey, Brett, can you pick me up from the airport? I say, which airport? And they say Intercontinental. I'm like, nah, I'm
Call
busy
my
that day.
sister.
Yeah. Say Hobby. I'll be like, I'll fly in and out of Hobby real quick and pick you up. So while we're here, I'm throwing in a little curveball here. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So this, guys, is Ellington Field. It's a joint base, but it's our military airport. This is where and this isn't a feature. This episode's not about, or this video is not about like
things to
do in Houston. But Ellington Air Force Base, or the joint base right here, NASA Johnson Space Center, like any government related stuff, but F-15s, F-16s, air shows. This is where it goes all, I-45 and Beltway 8, the middle loop. This is where that is. So that's pretty cool. And it's really close to Hobby Airport.
Exactly. So again, as you can see, there's other airports here. We have a lot of private airports, a lot of executives fly in and out. In fact, I live up by Hooks Airport, but right down here where we are, we have the Sugar Land Regional Airport.
And then
so the Sugar Land Regional Airport is down south, actually where we are right now. We know a lot of people that fly in and out of here. Again, there's options. If you happen to have a private jet, there's going to be a place or hangar for you to put it in. Okay.
And also, if you have a private jet, call me, please.
Exactly. You definitely want to have saved our number by now.
Yeah.
Okay. So we mentioned we were going to throw in some bonus content for you. And I'm really excited about this because I'm telling you what we're going to share is going to save you so much time and also money. So Brett, let's go ahead and pull up the Harris County Toll Road Authority website. Again, I'm going to send links out for everyone here. Houston County Toll Road Association. As we mentioned, there's a lot of toll roads here in Houston. First of all, you don't want to be like that one person that doesn't have what we call an easy pass here, or maybe a handful of people, because you'll be sitting behind a car line of 50 cars going, I don't have time to sit here for 30 minutes and wait for people to throw their change, right?
Or when you're a real estate agent, you are touring homes, and I walk to my truck, like, you got an easy tag, right? And they say no, and then we have to go on the feeder, exit lights, and then go through traffic, and we add about another hour and a half to our showing.
And that's not an exaggeration. It's serious. So if you don't already live here and you're going to move here, trust me, you want to go here. You want to get an easy tag for every single one of your vehicles. Chances of you having the exact right amount of change to throw in that thing. And by the way, not all of the toll roads even have a cashier's booth. A lot of them are easy tag only. So save yourself some time and some hassle.
And we also forgot to mention the Fort Bend Toll Road, which basically takes Sienna Plantation residents, basically will dump you all the way to Beltway 8 or take you into town too. So there's even another tollway. Like you said, a lot of these places and a lot of these toll roads don't have booths and manual, change acceptors.
That's right. And here in my notes, I actually highlighted this in red. This is super important what I'm about to share. Not all the toll roads have the same fare, not all the same cost. You need to be really careful about where you're going to be buying your home. And again, that's why we want to work with you and help you. We were in a situation where we had a budget in our house, $240 a month for tolls because we were living on the north and having to drive to the south. You can actually start spending a lot of money extra that you hadn't planned for, and we want to spare you from that. So you definitely want to keep this in mind. So thanks for sharing this website, Brett. Let's also pull up Metro's site here for everyone. And we want to share here the fact that there are HOV lanes, or high occupancy vehicle lanes. I started using this a few years ago when my children were younger, and we left the house and they were driving in to town with me. Their daycare was by my company. And I saved probably 10, 15 minutes in the morning jumping on the HOV. Again, it's right, 2 or more people in the vehicle. Be aware of this. If you're happening to carpool or you have kids in the car or coworkers, you definitely want to factor this in. It could save you a lot of time.
And don't try blow up dolls or mannequins. You're going to get busted. I'm not going to tell you why.
He's not speaking from experience.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but don't. Okay, integrity, right? Okay, let's also show the Park and Ride site. Now, this might be a little different right now with COVID going on. Maybe not as many people are wanting to jump on a bus and drive into town with like a ton of people. But just know when kind of things normalize, if you're one of those where you're living in the suburbs, you want to live in a master plan community that we've highlighted here, you want that big home, great price point, but you work, in town, you might just want to park your car and jump on a bus and have someone else drive you in, save the gas. You can work on the bus, all of those sort of things. Just know that this is available. We just want to highlight all of your options here for you today. Now, the last site that we want to also share is about our Metro Rail. Now, I know a lot of you probably are already aware, we don't have subways here. This is like
This is as close as we get.
This is as close as we get, guys. So this is more in town. Again, we're going to send you this link, but just be aware of it. The fare is super low. I even saw something where
it's like
$1.25.
$1.25
or $1. Yeah. I saw something you could bring a pet as long as it's caged. I'm thinking, okay, I don't know about all this. And again, with COVID going on right now, you're going to want to read up on this. Again, it's very economical, again, for people working in the city, especially when the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo is going on, Brett. We park in a certain place and we actually take the rail system into, where the rodeo is going on. So it's super helpful and convenient. Again, you may not need it, but just FYI, it's available if you do.
That'll be a video in itself, the rodeo. It's down here, the rodeo takes up an entire month. It's crazy.
Absolutely. So I think we've shared all the content here we need to on screen. So thank you so much again for watching. We hope you've found this to be super helpful. Again, if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Again, get our phone number, call or text us anytime. We are realtors here in the greater Houston area. We work with home buyers all the time, and we'd love to help you find your dream home. Thanks so much for watching. Talk to you next time.
See you next time.